Hello and welcome to the WarBear Podcast.
Hello.
For this
lovely Sunday morning.
Yeah. I'm Jason.
I'm Tad.
Our Darth Vader.
I was telling him earlier, I was actually worried about this. This is the third time in the last month I've lost my voice.
Yeah.
So I was all excited Friday because I was like, it was a little bit of a tickle. I could still talk fine. And then yesterday, from the time I woke up till right before into bed, I was like, I still gotta do it.
Yeah.
We gotta get through this.
Get through it.
And I can still say voices and words.
Or you can just spend hours captioning out what you're supposed to say.
It's like when you say something and it just goes quiet and there's just little words there.
Yeah, words in the bottom.
Or when I can't.
Yeah, so we haven't made a podcast in a while. That's partially the reason why.
Yeah.
I guess we're just busy with other things too. Projects.
Extremely busy.
Yeah, like work and shit.
Yeah.
If you'd like to hear us more, you can donate to us. That'd be stellar.
Yeah, then we can just stop working and just do this stuff the entire time. Then we can actually put out videos.
Yeah.
And then we can go do our movie.
Never wear pants again.
I'll wear pants.
Yeah.
I probably won't wear a shirt though. I like
on camera stuff. Pants on camera, no pants on podcast.
No, you're gonna wear pants when you're doing a podcast.
Yeah. Oh no, I am.
If you ever come up and you're in your underwear, and you're like, let's do this. I'm like, go the fuck home.
That is never gonna happen.
I like you. We're comfortable. We're close. So you're my best friends. I don't want to see you with no pants on.
Yeah, I don't want to see that either. It's not pretty.
No. There's hair everywhere.
There's hair everywhere.
Yeah.
It's either no hair or hair.
Yeah.
You run the gambit.
There's never any in between. You're like, why are you so bald? And I'm like, why are you part Sasquatch?
Yeah.
I don't know. Genetics, I guess.
Some things are left to mystery.
Yeah. So we're doing a catch-up update video. Because
what's been going on?
Yeah. Oh, were you asking me what's going on?
No, I'm saying that's what we're doing, an update video of what's been going on.
Yeah.
I guess in the world.
In general.
Not so much with us. Just.
No, we can have a little bit of this. For the reason we haven't posted in 2 months, which is, it's been almost 2 months since I posted.
Yeah, it has been about 2 months. The Ruby video is the last one I saw.
Yeah, and that's been very aggravating for me.
Yeah.
Because for Sunday, Monday, Tuesdays, I work open to close, which is normally 12, 13 hours. And I get off. Those are the only days I really have time to edit things together. And after 12, 13 hours, where you have to try and sleep and get up and do it again the next day.
Right.
It's very hard to find the 4 or 5 hours you need to put things together. And then I started babysitting some kid.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And my daughter's brother.
Oh, okay.
That's exactly how you have to word it, too.
You don't need any updates on that.
That's a whole mess of personal nonsense we're not going to get into. So that took some time out of me doing things. Or I'd have a morning off where I normally would set and edit.
That sounds like bullshit. I didn't know about that, but that sounds like bullshit.
For about the last month now, Wednesday and Thursday, I got him. Or at night when it's just me and my kid, she's getting to the point now where she can pretty much do whatever she needs to do, and we'll do what we need to do together. And so she'll go do her stuff, and I'll sit and edit for a little bit. And
she's old enough to entertain herself and also potty completely on her own.
Yeah.
And even somewhat feed herself. A sandwich?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll say. See, she's getting it. She's getting big.
She's doing good, But we used to be able I'd come home and we'd give her a snack, and I was like, all right, I need to do some work for a bit. She's like, okay, I'm gonna go do this. I'm like, all right, go color, man. That's fun. That's cool. And I'll work for an hour or two, and we'll go have some dinner, and then I'll put her to bed, and I'll work for another couple of hours, and I was hammering stuff out. I can't do that when I'm watching a 1-year-old.
I know we had that problem when we got the new computer for editing.
Yeah.
Then the software didn't work for it.
Yeah, that was a pain in the ass.
Did you get that figured out?
I haven't yet.
So we need to get new editing software, which is probably...
It runs like a champ, though.
we probably need to get new editing software anyway, so it's not a big
We're
deal.
running on like 7-year-old editing software at this point.
Yeah.
So like
but it still works.
Oh yeah, it does the job.
Yeah.
For how basic our stuff is.
Basic it is.
But it'd be nice to get new software.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty sweet.
I've looked into it already.
Like a lot of stuff we have is functional.
Unfortunately, we live in an era in the future where I can't just go to a place and physically buy software. I have to go. No, I can order it online.
Oh.
I don't like downloading it because, like, the moment something crashes,
you could lose it.
You lose it all. Then you can call back and be like, "Hey, I need to download this again." They're like, $40. I already paid that.
Yeah.
Where's your proof of purchase? Oh, fucking goddamn it! What a nightmare.
It was on. Well, that's why you they'll send you like receipts and stuff to your email.
I know, yeah.
And then you save.
And then you just delete them because you don't.
No,
remember.
I save. I have receipts.
No, I'm just saying, like, a normal like the general person
would just like delete their emails.
Yeah, just like.
No, I'm very meticulous about my emails. Like I have like 18 different folders for like a bunch of different things. I have receipts from eBay purchases back in 2009 on my
It's
email.
So weird, the landscape, though, because I remember, like, I went to a Best Buy and bought the editing software they were using now, and I go to the same Best Buy and they're like, we don't sell that shit.
No.
Like,
you have a computer
you had a giant shelf not a few years ago with all of the stuff on it, and now no root online. So now I've been looking online to get some. But
I love the internet. I love ordering things online.
I'm not a big fan
but
of it.
I feel bad for like the actual stores. It makes things more convenient for like when you're on the go and you don't have time to stop and go to like a Best Buy or somewhere like that to pick up like the latest movie or the DVD or the game, you know.
I feel like you put yourself more at like a risk though, because hackers can get into your online accounts a lot easier than it is
to go and pay with like $20.
Go and buy a gun and then have to go in front of the store and wait for someone to come out and then jump out and be like, "Hey, give me all your money."
No, I don't carry cash anymore.
It's all online. God fucking damn it. So
give me your email and your passwords.
Give me your bank account information.
I don't even know what that is anymore. What are you talking about?
I don't remember. I don't have that stuff saved. I delete my emails. Oh.
Yeah, so there's that.
There's that. That was a delay.
Yeah.
It's still a current delay, but not really.
Yeah, like it's the delay is more on my end of I have, I think, 3 hours of spare time a week to try and put things together.
But
that's with me trying to be able to sleep on a regular schedule.
You gotta sleep.
Yeah, well, like there's.
No one's.
I don't know if did I tell you about that. I actually for about 3 weeks when I was trying to hammer out videos and I was working 55 hours a week at Pizza Ranch, and I had Ellie that for about 4 or 5 days I didn't eat.
Oh, you said anything about that.
It was one of those things that like I didn't realize I wasn't doing it until like.
Wow.
It got to the point where I woke up and like my body just like hurt so bad because I had no nourishment. It was like eating itself, and I
how do you do that?
Because it was okay. The thing was like I'd get hungry and I was like, oh, I better eat now, and then I'd look up and like, oh wait, I need to do this real quick. As soon as I'm done with this, I'll go eat, and then it would just keep getting pushed back, and I'd get home and it's like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm a little hungry right now. You know, I think I'll just go to bed. I'll eat in the morning.
That's not good at all.
And then I'd get up and I'd just do it all over again.
I think you can go like a month without eating though, but it's not really healthy.
No, it was. Well, the problem is I wasn't like drinking a whole lot either.
Yeah, well, you're just trying to kill yourself at this point.
I was literally
subconsciously.
I was literally working myself to death.
Yeah.
And I wasn't getting anywhere.
That's
what was making me mad. Like I think I was getting a few videos out on my Magic channel.
Yeah.
You know, and like, but they were like super easy things. Where like they're this. You know, I talk, I put a thing up, and I render it out. The longest part of that is waiting for it to render. But on top of doing that, and I have to like run and go pay my rent or run and go to the grocery store for food that I'm never gonna eat. Like after that week, I had to throw like at least $30 of food out because I didn't eat it.
Yeah, it went bad. Oof.
Yeah, and then after that, my voice started going out. I was like, oh, come on.
I mean, I on the Ruby thing, I got some somewhat good news on that. Like, the new season 4 is starting up here in about October 22nd. I think it says Monday. So that's something to look forward to. But I actually bought season 1 on Blu-ray, or volume 1. So now I have volume 1, 2, and 3. So whenever we get to that, we'll just be able to, we'll
be quicker about it.
Yeah, we'll be quicker about it because we don't have to like go on the website and then watch ads and shit. We could just do a straight run through.
Yeah.
On the last one, which I mean, that last video just to get the season 2, for season 2's sake, we'll probably just do one.
Like the ending like the ending of season 1, and the beginning of season 2. Like
we'll just basically watch where we left off at, and we'll just do like a general summarized review of like all the stuff we watched at once.
That'd be pretty good. It's like going episode to episode.
Yeah. Just kind of try to catch up.
What we can do instead of trying to go like episode to episode is we can just do like just like blocks, like do like a 3.
We could do that.
Do it in like 3 episode blocks,
And it probably would be better that way, honestly. I mean,
because they're not more than 5 minute videos anyway. So
and that also kind of cuts down to like the slow episodes too, because there are some slow ones. Not I wouldn't say filler, but just some episodes where not a lot went on.
Yeah.
But it's good for story building, but
character development,
but not like nothing really happened, and you're like, well, that happened, and I guess we know something new about these characters.
I feel more engaged.
Yeah. Tune in next time. Just to kind of try to catch up, because I mean, they already got the season 4 trailer out for that, and that looked pretty good, even though it leaked early, and I don't know why they just didn't release it then. But
you said the 22nd of October.
I think it's the 22nd.
That would be not next Saturday, but the Saturday after.
I could have swore it was on a Monday. It might be a Saturday.
Well, if it's the 22nd, it'll be Saturday. It might be,
I don't know.
The 24th.
I don't know days.
I don't either. I thought yesterday was the 9th. The entire
day. You're right. Yeah, it's probably a Saturday. Yeah.
Well, I don't know that because the 23rd is game day for Magic.
Oh.
It's really new Cali.
So, yeah. So that's happening too, Magic game day.
that's how I figure out my calendar is when the Pro Tour is, when the game day is, and when the pre-releases are. Mm-hmm. And then it's kind of like work around that. And I was like, okay. I think it's a Wednesday and it's like Friday or something. My days are all so messed up.
So okay, moving on from there.
Yeah.
There was some trailers that came out.
Did you see the Power Rangers one from yesterday?
I sent it to you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Did you?
That was me.
I didn't see you send it. It was I didn't see it from you.
Your Facebook just knows the things you like.
No, it was like. I was watching a video, and then like when you're watching a video, and it'll scroll past the next one, and it just scrolled into a Power Rangers trailer.
Oh,
and that's when I saw it the first time, and then I watched it again last night, and I have no idea how I feel about it. I want to say mixed. I want to say I don't like it.
You want to say that?
I want to say I don't like it because I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I don't remember them having like powers. When they weren't like later on in the seasons they did in Dino Force and stuff they had in the Ninja Storm they had powers then
yes.
That was when it was like a lot more kid friendly. Before it was like they were just all teenagers.
I think it was always kid friendly.
Yeah, but it was like really kid friendly. Like
before now.
Like now.
I don't know.
I'd say RPM wasn't that kid friendly, but like the old ones. In the 90s, they had the 90s cheese to them, but grown-ups could sit and watch it.
I was a teenager when that show came out the first time, and it came off very kid show. Yeah, it's very kid show to me.
But you gotta think, you're 10 years older than I am.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Like 6. So
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like maybe to you it didn't seem.
Well, no. Like even like my brother, my dad would sit and watch it. So I guess it's all in your.
Well, no.
Of it.
I think adults could still. adults can watch just about anything. Honestly, I don't really have an age restraint on that, but personally. But I think from your mindset, it might have. It's
clearly more aimed for children.
All of them have been.
Yeah,
that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah. That's what you're trying to say.
Yes.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
But like I'm watching this, and I get like they want to make it like a more of an adult thing.
Oh yeah, because you guys that's the target audience now.
Yeah,
because they want to
You're going after the people who grew up watching
it. Yes, exactly.
Like, but you were an updated one. I'm like, okay, right. Where's Goldar?
He might come.
Where's Zordon?
Well, we're going from the beginning though.
I know, but that's like.
But those characters did. Well, Goldar might be in the movie. We just haven't seen him yet.
Yeah. Like it was a very, very light teaser. Like you see the characters.
Oh, it said it right up front though.
What? It was a teaser?
Yeah, it said the official teaser trailer.
Yeah, I know. I get that. It was totally a teaser.
Oh yeah, it was.
But like my gripe with it was, I don't know why they had to have powers, because it was the suits when they were extra Power Rangers gave them like enhanced like strength and stamina and stuff, durability. Whereas like when they were just kids, they were just really good at like Zach and
martial arts.
Zach and Jason were really good at like martial arts, and Billy was okay, but he was like the geeky one, and Kimberly had her gymnastics, but she knew how to throw down.
Yeah. And then I'm waiting for you to finish so I can like
go ahead.
No, go. What else? I really want you to just like get all out so I can go online.
Yeah, it's just I don't know why they have to have powers, and I know they're using all unknown people except for like
are
Bryan Cranston and Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah,
which I like.
Elizabeth Banks, but I thought was a really odd choice, honestly.
No, I like the fact they're using unknowns. Like I've said for a while that I wish they would use more unknown actors. Like I'm tired of seeing the same.
That's really off of the original Power Rangers too.
Yeah.
If you think about it. Where I'm at on it, I want to see another trailer first.
Yeah.
I'm really on the fence, but what I've seen I kind of like right now, because it's obviously a remake.
Yeah.
Which we all knew that was going to be what it was.
Oh, totally.
But at the same time, there's enough difference to make it interesting. So it's not a straight remake.
Yeah, it's not.
But they're not
point for point. It's not The Force Awakens.
No, they're not. They're not overly changing a lot of stuff either. But at the same time, they are to make it interesting. Like instead of being like pretty boys, like I said that to somebody too. Like instead of like obviously good-looking people, like
it's not the popular crowd.
I am number 4. Like every one of those motherfuckers I found not very physically attractive.
They're normal looking people.
Looking people. They're not ugly per se, but they're not like, you're not gonna see these people on GQ other than the girls. But that's I'll give them that one.
You're not gonna see them hanging around with like Brad Pitt and shit.
Yeah, it's the kind of person like if you saw them in like a crowd and they had a hot girlfriend, you'd be like, how the fuck did he get her? Yeah. I like that aspect of it because I feel like that's something in the original show. They obviously they were looking for that guy looks pretty hot and you should put him in the red suit.
Yeah.
They got rid of the cheese completely. It's like very serious. I like that aspect of it. I was like explaining to somebody. I was like, I think Jason fucking killed somebody, like just based on the trailer, because they show him having a wrecked truck and then they show him having a restraining boot. Either he didn't kill anybody and he was just got in a car accident, but I don't know why they would put a restraining boot on you for that. But I was like, I like that aspect of it because then maybe he's like, it was an accident. He didn't mean to kill somebody, but he feels at fault. Now he feels like he has to redeem himself.
He has a reason to fight.
Yeah. Like, I can't let
this happen again.
Shit like that happen again because of my bad. And I just from based on the trailer, it might not be in the movie at all. I'm just basing what I kind of gleaned from the trailer. I was like, that's where they're going. I kind of like that aspect of it.
Yeah.
And I think they changed the blue and black Ranger and made the blue Ranger the black kid and the black Ranger the Asian kid. I said that to somebody. It was like, it kind of makes sense. I kind of based that on like the black kid was wearing a blue coat at one time, and I'm like, I don't blame him on that one. And then someone's like, well, is the Asian chick still the Yellow Ranger? I'm like, yeah, but they don't care about that because in the original like hentai was a fucking Asian. They're all Asian, so they're like, I don't understand the big deal. It was an Asian.
It's just
whatever. I don't care about that. But yeah, I don't, like none of the kids, and the fact that they have powers prior to morphing, I find that to be very interesting. Maybe like the suits help them control the mechs.
Maybe, like I don't like
it's a power suit.
My only gripe about it really was the fact that they have like powers without having the suits on.
I kind of think that's kind of interesting, honestly.
I just don't like it that much.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I feel like it's very much what was that bunch, like Project Almanac or whatever, where like those 3 kids like got powers and shit. Like
yeah, it feels like that. I compared it to looking like I Am Number 4.
Yeah,
it's got that kind of feel to it.
Yeah, and I did not like I Am Number 4 very much.
I didn't like it either, but I think that was more like the pretty boy factor in that one too. Because it wasn't a terrible movie, but at the same time, it wasn't a really well paced movie. I would say. Like
I said, I'm on the fence, but I'm kind of leaning towards like
you're not liking it.
Not that I'm like gonna be like I probably will go see it because like I feel like I'm almost obligated to go see it. Like I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued enough that I want to see it.
I'm really.
But it's one of those things where I'm like, oh, this could be really good or really bad.
Yeah, I'm like that too. I'm really just like I'm not passing any judgment until I see a second trailer because that wasn't really enough. Yeah. But they did show enough to make me go, that seems a little interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting, but I don't know if it's good or bad interesting.
Yeah. I kind of feel like, from what I gathered, I would say I would feel it's good interesting. Like I said, like they had Angel Grove in it, and it's just like a small shit town like the one we live in now. We live in, not you.
Yeah.
We live in a small shit town.
Or you could live in a small shit town too. We don't even know.
No. But we live in a small shit town, and that's like their Angel Grove. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense if you had like giant mech battles. I mean, you wouldn't really damage a whole lot of shit around here if you had.
And like, oh no, the abandoned warehouse.
Yeah. That's kind of interesting. I don't know. I don't really mind because like maybe they get more powers. Like it seems like just being in contact with the
ring, the coins,
the morphers, or whatever. Gave him powers, like it's bleeding off, but then they showed him kind of morphing at the end.
You saw the posters where they're all in their mechs, right?
Yeah, and see that's another thing too, because I felt like that looked like shit.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of went. I was like,
it looked like a Transformer bot.
It looked like a shitty Transformer bot.
Yeah,
it looked like a low budget kind of. I was like.
I was looking for Pacific Rim, and I got
exactly.
I got Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen.
Right, right, and I was like, either this is like,
but it's only like a little bit of it though. So like, when you see the whole thing, it could be really cool.
It could be, but like that little bit looks really bad.
like the one I liked that looked pretty decent was the Blue Ranger one with the Triceratops.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looks like a legit Triceratops. It's a little more streamlined.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like you can see the tail on the.
Well, even Mastodon looked like. I mean, they looked enough like the original. The T-Rex one, I was kind of confused about. I was like, where the fuck's he even at? I was like, I guess he's on the tail.
No, like the tail's going around. I thought he was like standing on one of the hands.
You think he's on the hand?
I think he was standing.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're not really good renderings. Like, that's what I'm like. Either that's not.
You're also only seeing like a small portion of it. Though.
No, but I'm still saying like even that small portion, I feel like that wasn't the final render. And if it's not the final render, they need to go back and maybe spruce it up a little bit. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I'm like really on the like that. Those posters put me like I want to see another trailer before I make my final mind up on this movie or not.
Who's Bryan Cranston playing? Is he
Zordon? Yeah.
Yeah. What's your final verdict so far? Like right now, like, are you leaning towards more like?
I like what I saw, but I want to see more before I make up my mind.
See, I think I'm like almost like the opposite. Like the good thing I say is going for it is I am interested.
Right.
But I'm worried I'm interested for the wrong reason.
Yeah, I can see that.
Or like I'm intrigued, and that's what it's supposed to do. Is it's supposed to be like, all right, I'm gonna keep an eye out.
But I mean, I'm coming from a place where, like, growing up, I was like, Power Rangers is kind of dumb to me, where it was like awesome to you.
Yeah.
So like, any kind of like positive change, I can go, that's interesting. I like that. I like that change where you can be like, no. Where the fuck's Bulk and Skull?
Cause I got the nostalgia goggles on.
Yeah.
No. But
that's what I'm saying. Like, it couldn't be what it was.
No, it would not hold up.
No,
it would get shit canned so hard.
I mean, fuck the first movie they did kind of got shit canned.
I actually liked that movie.
I mean,
again, I was like 10 when it came out.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
that's where you got.
That's where I'm like.
That being said, I have gone back and rewatched it a few times since then. I still enjoy that movie. Mm-hmm. It's. I think I like
there's
it
some cringy,
because of the cheese.
There's some cringy moments in it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
and I think
that was kind of like the charm of the show.
Yeah.
Whereas like that fucking Power Rangers Turbo movie, that thing was a fucking horrible thing. I hated that movie.
Which was really weird because I was at a thrift store the other day and I found Power Rangers the movie, and I was like, the trailer hadn't even come out yet. I just saw Power Rangers the movie at a thrift store for like $1. I was like, $1, I'll buy it. I don't care. I collect movies. I have way too many movies at this point.
Yeah, you do.
And I was going up to the line, and I always check. I mean, especially if you're at a thrift store, always check your movies, because
they should have fucked up.
Or you got the right one. Yeah. You might not get what you want, because sometimes people put their cases, the movies aren't in bracket, and that's exactly what happened here. I had clearly Power Rangers the movie. I looked at the back, and the Ivan Ooze shit and all that stuff, and I was like, I opened the case up, Power Rangers Turbo. What? I pick up the case. I was like, sometimes people put movies on top of movies. Nope, just Power Rangers. Put that motherfucker right down. I was like, nope.
I think the only time it's ever happened to me, like that kind of scenario, was that Flintstones movie where like Pebbles and Bam Bam were growing up like a Yabba Dabba Doo.
The cartoon?
The cartoon.
Okay, yeah.
So like
Jesus, that's really old.
Okay, no, like so like we were going. Me and Ellie were going through a thrift store, and she saw it, and she was like, "Oh, Flintstones, can we get that?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, I like the Flintstones. Let's get it." And I get to the counter, and we paid for it. I didn't bother looking at it until I got home, and it was the Flintstones movie with John Goodman.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
it's not terrible.
You still want to watch it? It was like her favorite movie for the next like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, sure, why not?
It's not terrible.
No, it's not. But I was like, I really want to watch Yabba Dabba Doo.
There are some moments in that movie where I was like, okay, that scene didn't seem to go anywhere. Like when they're in the car talking, like grabs his head and gives him like a noogie, and then they just kind of go back to their original positions and like nothing happens. They're like,
okay. Well, the thing was, it was so heartfelt. Like, thank you for giving me that money for like the adoption.
Yeah.
And then they do that, and then they just move on.
That's where you cut.
Yeah.
That's seriously where you cut. Like, they didn't cut, and they just kind of went back to their position. Or like,
it was very forced.
Yeah. Okay.
Alrighty then.
Wow. Remember when John Goodman made The Babe?
Shut up, Donnie.
That was the Big Lebowski.
I know.
Remember when John Goodman made good movies? Like King Ralph?
I heard Cloverfield Lane or whatever was pretty decent.
Yeah,
where they're just like stuck in like a shelter.
I'm still stuck on a fucking JJ rant. Even though he didn't direct that, but he's still involved in it. No. I heard it wasn't bad. I don't know. I watched some detail analysis on that one too, and I'm sure it's alright. It looked okay. I I ended up buying some more Studio Ghibli movies. I was gonna say the guy's name, but my Japanese pronunciation is like off right now. So yeah, so I bought some more Studio Ghibli movies.
What'd you get?
I got
you get that which one or whatever?
Kiki's Delivery Service.
Yeah.
No, well, it's oddly enough because, like I said, I was like looking for editing software.
Yeah.
And I was at Walmart. I was at Best Buy, and this Best Buy had almost all the Studio Ghibli movies on DVD.
Sweet.
So I was like, whoa! I want to get all of these, but I don't want to spend over $200 on DVDs right now.
What were they running for?
Something like 14.
Oh, yeah.
It's not terrible, but
he's
got like 8-10 movies. Yeah.
Yeah, when you get them all, like $15 adds up. You know?
Yeah. They had Kiki's Delivery Service. I didn't get Kiki's Delivery Service.
Did you get Totoro?
They had Totoro. I didn't get Totoro either. I did. I held them all in my hand. I got two. I've seen once, and one I heard was really good, and that was I got Princess Mononoke.
Okay.
Which I've seen once, but it was a long time ago, and from what I understand, I probably saw the original when it got released over here first time with the first dub, which is the bad dub by Studio Ghibli's standards. Because it was like their most popular movie when it came out. So Disney didn't dub that one first. Some other studio dubbed it. But that was back when they just dubbed and tried to make things fit. And they went off script, and that pisses off that guy. So when Disney did it, like John Lasseter said he was going to try to make it fair. And yeah, that movie was fucking awesome. Holy shit. That was probably like a new favorite. And I got Howl's Moving Castle.
I don't think I've seen that one.
That one was also fantastic.
Well, they all pretty fantastic though.
So far.
Yeah.
The Spirited Away has been...
Spirited Away was amazing.
Yeah. Jeez. That's really hard to judge. I would almost say the two I watched are on par, or maybe 1 bar and a half lower than Spirited Away.
That's pretty good, because Spirited Away is amazing.
Yeah. So is Princess Mononoke, and so is like Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah, I'm going to come down and watch those sometime.
Yeah, definitely. I like where I would say, because I've seen Kiki's Delivery Service and I've seen My Neighbor Totoro.
Yeah.
They're all right. But they're not
the
grand adventure type ones. Like, My Neighbor Totoro is kind of dealing with death in a sense and growing up, and Kiki's Delivery Service is kind of just the opposite of that. It's still about growing up, but it's just kind of like they're both kind of like a cute kids movie where it deals with like kind of kid issues. I mean, Spirited Away was like that too, but like there was like the grand adventure, and I'm gonna say the art was bad in all of them, but like there was more imagination with Spirited Away, with like the art wise and stuff like that. Where in like Neighbor Totoro and Kiki's Delivery Service, they're the same kind of sense, but it's not
as grand.
I wouldn't think, but it's still good.
Yeah.
Like even Poyo, which I don't know if you've seen Poyo or not.
Was that the one where it was like voiced by Miley Cyrus's little sister and stuff?
I don't know.
it was like a pretty recent film from like last like 4 or 5 years.
Well, when it got released over here, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if that's Miley Cyrus' sister. I know it was Liam Neeson was in it.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure like Miley Cyrus' little sister.
Maybe that probably. I don't know.
I remember like that was one of the big things I was saying about it. But yeah, I saw trailers for it.
Yeah, so that one's even more grand because it was like ocean shit and that one too. And I think that like over My Neighbor Totoro. I don't want to downplay those two though. There's a few other Studio Ghibli movies I want to get for sure, but I heard good things about Howl's Moving Castle and Princess Mononoke. And I remember seeing Princess Mononoke once, but I saw like parts of it. That was the first time I got to sit down and watch the whole thing whole. And I was really impressed. It's like, Jesus, this is like the best money I spent in that time period. And I got a bunch of other movies too. Those like, oh, and I saw in theaters. I saw.
And you went and saw Tarzan.
Kubo and the Two Strings. Very good. I did see Tarzan. The new Tarzan. That sucked.
Yeah. I want to say you put a review up on.
You know what's really messed up is I actually saw Star Trek Beyond, and
I did too.
I didn't think it was that good at all. Like I didn't even.
I thought it was better than Into Darkness, but Into Darkness was such a low bar.
Yeah.
Where it was like.
I would say Star Trek Beyond had some funner action scenes than Into Darkness.
Oh yeah.
But that's about as far as I would go. Like, the story was complete garbage. Like, to me anyway.
Basically, yeah.
Like, I didn't understand the villain's motivations, and then
his motivation was he felt like he was abandoned by the Federation.
Yeah, but that felt tacked on and forced at the end, honestly, to me.
Well, he'd been on that planet for like 60 years. It's like,
yeah, but they really didn't. I mean, but that's like, you really got all that at the end. That's what I'm saying. Like, there was no build up to it.
Yeah.
They just kind of position dumped on you.
And you didn't even get like a glimpse of that until you went into the other ship. That the white chick was. And that was like almost like 2/3 of the way through the movie at that point.
Yeah. I was sorely getting pissed off like watching it because someone told me like it was a better Star Trek movie because it seemed like they were going back to form. And when I watched it, and I was like, what do you mean by back to form? The fact that they're on another planet and that's it? Because I really didn't feel the back to form part like at all. Like,
why'd they have to crash the Enterprise again?
I fucking don't know. That felt so stupid and tacked on too.
Beastie Boys save the day again.
Who would save the day?
Beastie Boys.
Yeah. I didn't even. It was kind of a fun scene, but then again, that didn't, like, it was something like they referenced a song back in it, but they really didn't make. And if they did, maybe they did. If I'm thinking about it, they didn't really make the reference that the sound thing was going to hurt them at all.
No.
And he's just like.
They techno-babbled their way out of it.
Yeah.
That's what they did. I liked it. I'll probably buy it when it comes out, when it's a little cheaper. Really? I'm not gonna buy it like right when it comes out.
I didn't like it.
I liked it. I like the original one better, like from like the start of the movie.
Yeah, probably.
Like
I would almost agree with you.
Like, that's just a really solid movie, especially for like it being. If it was like, if no one's seen Star Trek, then that was their first take on it. It's still solid. Like, I'd still recommend going back and like seeing Wrath the Khan and like seeing like the Voyage Home and stuff like that.
Voyage Home?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And go back and watch those. But the original, like the original reboot wasn't bad. It acknowledged the past.
I was like,
while moving forward in a different direction. Which is something I was okay with.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of like trying to like
it was
something brand new.
There was too many things they changed just for like visual pleasure. Like just for a scene, like building the Enterprise on Earth. I don't agree with that.
No, because they're space docks, dude. Like they built everything.
Well, yeah, I know, but a lot of the work was done on Mars. They had just had like a giant starship building factory on Mars. So that takes something away from the original lore. Like, they didn't build ships on Earth because that's where we live, you know. Yeah, we had we started harvesting Mars, and
I could forgive that over like.
But I feel like
them using Khan's magic blood.
Oh yeah, no, that's totally unforgivable. But I feel like And I had a problem with it back then, but I feel like they just did that for the scene so Kirk could do the ride up on the bike, and
most definitely.
And I still don't like. In fact, that was the only thing I was kind of somewhat happy about with that new movie, was I never liked the new design of the Enterprise, nor do I like the way it looks inside. I don't know. That old, like, they updated it too much. Like,
they made it like an Apple store.
Yeah. If our current, when we did have NASA and stuff, even the ones I'm working on now, our current shuttles and stuff never looked that high tech inside. And so astronauts, like on space station, said the most highest technology on the space station right now is our iPhones that we took with us. Everything in here has to be somewhat practical,
so you can
fix it on the go. And in the original show, like the model builders and stuff like that, and the set designers, they knew that kind of stuff because they interviewed those people. So they said that this is what technology might look like on a futuristic starship, even though, it's just like a little flashing buttons and lights and stuff like that. But this is probably really more of a direction, and just an updated version of that, and like a touchscreen. And then, like, I'm not like in the next generation. I feel like even there, they had that kind of problem, but they had so many relays because that was such a giant ship. Like, if something went down, but there's times when the screen went dead and there was like nothing. They couldn't do anything, And I feel like, especially being Star Trek, like with the original crew, that's a problem for them, a big fucking problem. And I just didn't like it. Like, I just didn't like that design. I wanted this, but then they had in the new movie they had like the Franklin, and they had all those buttons and stuff like that. Look, it looked like I would have wanted it to look
in the original,
in the new movie. In fact, even the new movie starts off kind of insulting to me because they show that other ship and they show the inside of it, and it's like that's exactly how I wanted that fucking thing to look like in the new movie. That would have been perfect. But then they skipped 20 years and everything's an Apple store. The ship that got blown up where Thor's dad, or Thor, was in it.
Oh, in the first one.
In the first one, yeah.
I thought we were back onto Beyond.
Well, I was, because I said that Franklin kind of had that look. Yeah. And that was the only plus side I felt in that movie, is because when they blew up the Enterprise, I was like, oh, maybe they'll have a better design ship when they get the new Enterprise, because obviously you're going to get a new Enterprise, because fuck you, movie. But at least maybe I can look forward to them having a different ship that looks closer to the original Enterprise that I can be more comfortable with. And no, they just rebuild exactly the fucking same. It's like a personal fuck you to me. Like, feels like at this point. Like, even the Franklin had like the nacelles that had like the orange light and shit, and I was like, oh, that looks so much better.
I hear what you're saying.
It's a lot of design.
I don't agree with you.
That's fine.
That's all comes down to personal preference.
It does.
I like the way it looks. Like, I totally get them updating, because we're now in a, like, those ones were made back in, the 80s and the 90s. And
which ones?
The older shows.
Well, the original show was like made in the 60s.
I'm talking about like the movies they made.
Well, I was talking about the original show.
Right, and that was made in the 60s.
Yeah.
So at the time in the 60s, that's what they were forecasting to be. We're now 50 years ahead of where they were at.
I know.
And they could be like, we've progressed so much. I can forgive them having that in this giant ship, because we're not in the 60s anymore. I
know, but it's a set. Like, it's obviously like your average viewer isn't going to understand any of the technology, like the panel behind the captain's chair, unless you're a giant nerd fan about the series and you actually looked at blueprints and said, what's that fucking panel over there do? Like, I gotta know.
That's climate control.
It comes out like the Millennium Falcon, having just tons of buttons and knobs and stuff everywhere, and nobody's like, well, clearly you must update that and make it look all touchscreen and shit like that. You know, it just you see it and you're like, yeah, okay.
Well, no, but
that's what I'm getting at.
That's a bit different because whereas in the Star Wars, it's one long narrative. So in The Force Awakens, that's still the Millennium Falcon from the original trilogy.
No, but I mean, it could have been very easy for them to do that.
It could have been, but it's still in that same timeline where like they could have kind of like fixed a few things here or there, changed a few things, and still be the Millennium Falcon, and just show like throughout the 30-year gap that they did do some updates to it as time progressed to keep it running. Whereas in like the new Star Trek timeline, because it is a different timeline, that things have progressed differently.
I know, but I don't know. I don't.
It all comes down to it. It's like what it comes down to is you can look past how it looks most of the time if it has an engaging story.
You're right.
If it grips at you, and that was my problem with In the Darkness, and why I think it's a terrible movie.
It is a terrible.
I've had people. I've had Chris trying to defend it to me. I'm like, no.
Really? Why Chris?
Really? He's come back and he says he's rewatched it and that I need to rewatch it, and it's actually really good.
It's not really good.
It's not. Like, there were so many loopholes.
Oh yeah.
And plot holes in that movie. Visually, it hurts. The pacing, it hurts. Yeah. The acting is subpar at best. And I like Chris Pine. I like Carl Urban. I like Zachary Quinton. I like Benedict Cumberbatch. Like, these are all actors I like. Good. They're good actors.
They are.
And they brought nothing. I didn't care about anybody. The only person I kind of cared about was Khan. Like,
yeah, he was really...
Like, I was really... Like, he was, quote, the bad guy, but I never felt like he was the bad guy.
Right.
I felt like he was trying to just save his people that were being used against him. And was lashing out against those that were trying to use and hurt him and his people.
I feel like... Especially in that movie, not all the actors are terrible in it. Chris Pine's probably the worst, though.
He hammed it up
pretty bad.
So bad.
Yeah. But normally, in all those movies, I'd say the acting's okay. Like, yeah. It's not the acting that's the problem. It's the stories.
It's very... Like, in the first one, it was a pretty basic story.
Yes, it was.
But it was easy to tell, and it was visually engaging enough that where I wouldn't say it was like an awesome, great movie, but it's worth owning and it's worth watching like more than once. You know, it's a decent movie and it's a decent introduction to a new timeline, and then you go into In the Darkness, and it just drops.
I would agree with you. Everything. I would agree with you partially on that. Like, I would say it's interesting, but I don't know if it's interesting the fact to see like where they're going with this. Okay, here's how I look at this new set. It's a what if scenario. Yes, it is.
That's all it is. It's a what if scenario.
I know.
And it has nothing really to do to tie it back into the original one.
No, it really doesn't. No.
With the exception of Spock coming through. Yeah. You know.
Oh no, I agree with you on that. 100%.
And that's why I can forgive a lot of things about it.
Right.
Whereas I can't forgive a lot about In the Darkness.
I guess.
But like the rest of it, I can be like, all right, this is how everything would change from that point on. Let's see what happens. I still have my originals. I can still watch my originals, but I'm not gonna be like, well, it needs to be more like that.
I think my promise with that is it doesn't necessarily have to be the same for me. It's just I see that there was more potential that could have been.
Oh yeah,
and I feel like it's completely wasted on that. Just to tell an action story when there doesn't need to be one.
On the last like, In the Darkness and Beyond, totally wasted. The first one, I get. It needed to be kind of tight. It needed to be very kind of simplistic to a sense.
Yeah.
Because we haven't had a Star Trek movie in like a decade or more.
No, it was less than that.
When did the last one come out?
Oh.
Maybe early 2000s?
No, it was later than that.
When?
I don't remember off the top of my... It was...
I want to say the last one was like...
2008? 2009 maybe?
That was when the Star Trek movie came out with Chris Pine.
No, that was like 2000.
It may have been 2010.
2010.
But unless you're like thinking of like the one where it had like
the last one they did with
Hardy.
No, I'm thinking of the last Star Trek with Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where like he had the Tom Hardy clone.
Well, Tom Hardy clone.
Yeah, that wasn't in 2008.
It wasn't too far away from that, I don't think.
I can look real quick.
All right, you look. 2005 maybe?
No, I want to say it was before. I want to say like maybe like 2002.
No, I don't think of that. I might be right, but I don't think that feels wrong.
Dude, it was Star Trek Insurrection, right?
Yeah, Insurrection.
Yeah, Legend Comics and Coffee. I'll go to you soon.
No IMDb.
Huh?
No IMDb.
Oh no, I am. I just.
Oh. That's what it just comes down to. I just feel like if
Insurrection. Star Trek Insurrection came out in 1998.
1998?
1998.
Which one is it? Oh, that's not the right one.
Alright, well,
I'm
just gonna get
not
Star
Insurrection
Trek
then.
list. I'm just gonna go Star Trek movie list.
Star Trek. Shit.
Star Trek.
I guess you could just look up Tom Brady.
Movie.
Just put Star Trek.
Well, I'm going list.
Star Trek. Shit, what was it?
Here we go. Motion picture came out in 79, 82. First Contact was in 96. Nemesis?
That's it.
Nemesis was in 2002.
Okay.
So I was right on that one. There was one, Star Trek of Gods and Men. I don't remember seeing that one or even hearing it. It might have been a fan-made one.
That's probably a fan-made
one. That one was in 2007.
2002.
So,
you said 2001.
I said 2002, 2001.
Okay.
You were saying 2000.
I was saying 2005.
You said 2008 first, then you went
I went down to 5.
Yeah, 2002.
2002?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So yeah, it'd been 7 or 8 years and we had a Star Trek movie.
It wasn't that long, but it was long.
It was more than half a decade.
Yeah.
So it was long enough that you could, and we didn't have any real content anyway coming from Star Trek except for like the fan-made stuff, because I think Deep Space Nine was on its tail end at that point.
We had
you had Star Trek Enterprise.
We had Star Trek Enterprise.
No one really watched that show.
3 seasons. It sucked.
After sitting through the entire series, it's not horrible.
No, it's not horrible.
It's not. But when you're in a show where you want to see progression and you're coming off of Deep Space Nine, exactly. All things, you're not gonna hold up.
No,
you're just not. Like, that was so.
No. It was. Scott Bakula was a fucking asshole.
He was an idiot.
He thought he was fucking just Jesus Christ of the fucking galaxy. Like, he had privilege over everybody.
Oh yeah.
It was hard. It was hard to watch. And it's like, it's not Scott Bakula's fault because he's not writing it. No. He's just acting it. And he came off like a fucking dick.
A lot of them did. Like, the entire crew.
Oh, I know.
And that was just like the smugness of the human race, thinking that we were top shit, not realizing that we were bottom of the food chain. Like, there were so many times that we should have just been like fucked up.
Oh. No, but I just feel like I would have been a little bit more okay with the first movie, as if the art direction was more based on that first Enterprise.
Just a little more updated.
No, just basically that same.
I don't think I would like that, to be honest with you.
I thought the way that bridge crew looked, it had all the noises, it had all the... I mean, it was obviously like a visual cue for old fans, especially when they were doing like the sound effects and stuff like that, and all the... It's just the ship itself didn't look. It was like I forget which class that was. It was in canon, but that's just what I expected. I just wanted to see that, like that's that direction I wanted that to go. Like it could have been the same story. It could have been everything was the same. Because like when it comes to stuff like that, it's not like I said. Unless you're like a super nerd or really into it, you're not really going to look too much into technology. It's like Doctor Who. You know, the casual viewer can watch that, and all you have to go is, oh, this phone booth is a time machine that makes me go anywhere I want, and inside it's like huge, and you're like, oh, okay. That's all you need. You don't need any further explanation of that. But if you're a super fan, then you will seek that out, like
figure out what happened to the Doctor's race,
and
why the Time Lords all died off.
And they got rid of it finally in Star Trek Beyond. But like they used to have this giant glass panel like right behind the captain.
Yeah.
And it was so fucking visually distracting. It's like,
and
I saw they got rid of that in the new one, and I was like,
I'll agree with you on that. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
what I liked about the Enterprise and the Star Trek Beyond was it did have some wear and tear on it a little bit.
A little bit.
Because it had been on its voyage. So, like, I appreciate that to where it's like, it's still updated, but they're still saying, yeah, we're out here exploring. We don't get to go to space dock very often.
Yeah.
And they were on their way to do a space dock or whatever, and they had to go out and do that fucking nonsense.
Really? It really was. Oh, man, that whole movie. Oh, man. Kubo was good, though. Go watch Kubo and the Two Strings.
I might see it, but I like that kind of art design in movies.
What, with Kubo or
Kubo.
Star Trek? Oh,
I've always seen Star Trek.
The
I love net lens flares. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah.
I
was watching like the Super Best Friends podcast, and one of the guys on there, like named Pat, got pissed off, and I agree with him because he's like, a lens flare isn't a visual cue. It's a fucking mistake. People take that out of their fucking movies. You're not supposed to have a lens flare, and now JJ turned it into a fucking thing, and he's a stupid fucking asshole for doing it. And I'm like, yeah, you're right.
See, I can forgive him if they have like a little bit of lens flare to make it feel a little more like real, like you're in the room, and like the sun comes through like the viewing screen or whatever.
Yeah, but I think
it shines off of the stuff.
But I'm saying but you wouldn't see a lens flare in real life. You would just see a bright flash of light.
Yeah.
A lens flare is a camera mistake. That means there's a camera there. That's what he was getting at. Like
maybe. Hear me out. Maybe what's going on is the crew of the Enterprise from their inception till now have just had a small documentary team kind of following them around as they do their voyage.
As easy an explanation as that is for that situation, what would you explain all the other shit J.J. Abrams movies that he does that in?
I'm just talking.
Star Trek. And every other movie that's followed his suit since then.
Maybe what it is there's a documentary team.
Everybody's just
in all of it, and it's a family business, and it's all one big timeline. Like,
I would like to see a movie about that. Then.
It started in the Super with the kid with the camera, and it moved on from then.
Old Cloverfield.
Yeah, like the kids, the kids when they grow up, they're actually stuck on Lost. Yeah,
I'm actually really sad because I am not a huge J.J. Abrams fan at this point in my life, at all.
He had potential.
Yeah, and now it's like I'm gonna do the Portal movies.
Oh, great!
I'm like, no, he doesn't understand his medium. So get ready for Shell to be like getting shot at in a giant action scene.
I figured the movie would be more like a maze you need to escape kind of thing.
What? Portal?
Yeah.
Honestly,
I've never actually played the game. I know you go through level to level to get the cake.
It's charming.
I've heard that. I know you played both of them.
Yeah, it's overwhelmingly it's charming, and absolutely does not need a movie. It's just one of those things that
it's popular enough that the studios can make money off of.
Oh yeah, they're gonna try to totally make money off of it.
Oh yeah.
But it's just like one of those things like it works better as a video game than it ever will be as a movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's just
there are a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like
it's kind of like
World of Warcraft is a prime example.
Yeah. I was looking at my brain and like, they made a movie about yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
That could be a good movie, but they would never make it.
I actually liked the first one, just because of how like
I liked the first one, and because I never played the game. But then when I played the game, I was like, oh, there's a lot of violence missing from this.
Oh, yeah. A lot.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, Mortal Kombat could be a really good movie. It's going to have the harshest rating of all time on it. And it won't even have any nudity in it. And then the people will be like, what's the point?
It would have a really, really hard R. I don't think it would go past that, though.
I think it'd be NC-17.
I don't think it would be.
I think it could be.
There's a possibility it could be, but
I mean, you have
at the end of it,
like if you get like a,
it'd be like right underneath that cusp. Like it'd be an R, but it'd be like the limit of an R.
RoboCop had to go back and do like 17 different edits because they kept getting an NC-17 because it was too violent.
The original one or the
RoboCop? Yeah. No, the original one. Okay. The original one got a PG-13 really easy. No, the original one, yeah. And that was just because of blood. There wasn't even hardly any tits or ass.
Yeah. There's also different rating systems now.
Mm.
It's the same thing, but they mean different things. Like Gremlins was rated.
I'm saying like now it's more soft. Well, no, Gremlins is what started the whole PG rating thing. Yeah, Gremlins was the reason.
Now you have a bunch of things that are like PG.
Well, that's the thing. Like studios won't do it because they want that PG-13. Because they want more butts and seats.
Oh, yeah.
But if you wanted to do Mortal Kombat right, it would have to be something similar to like the newer games where it's like Mortal Kombat X, where they have those X-ray vision parts, or those fatalities where you see like the brain slide out slowly. They would slap an NC-17 on that so fucking quick if you did that in a movie. If you showed that in close-up, nice camera, steady cam right on the fucking blood and gore, they'd be like, fuck no. No.
I'd watch that.
Oh yeah, it'd make a lot of fucking money. And people would go. People would be in seats. There was so many people.
They'd be like, Daredevil.
Sorry, son, you can't watch this movie. Mom and Dad are gonna go watch us an awesome fucking movie. Yeah, no, they wouldn't do it.
Well, that's a bummer.
They wouldn't do it right. They would do it, but they would do it like PG-13 and like there would be like a little spurts of blood. Fatality. What? That was more of a babality. Get out of here with that. Fatality. What the fuck are you talking about?
We're getting near the end here.
Yeah,
Is there anything you want to recommend they go check out real quick, or besides Kubo
and the Two Strings.
Yeah.
By the time this gets posted, it'll probably be already done in theaters. So.
No, I'm probably gonna edit it like right when we get done here.
Yeah, it's still probably. I think it's done in theaters now. Yeah, unfortunately. Look for that on DVD there, Blu-ray. That would be a good one to get. Avoid Tarzan and Star Trek Into Darkness.
I wouldn't say avoid Tarzan. I haven't seen Tarzan. I wouldn't say avoid Star Trek Into Darkness. Oh no, Into Darkness. Yeah, you said Into Darkness.
Avoid that one though.
I thought you said Beyond. I was like,
I didn't say Beyond. You're right. I didn't say it. I would say avoid that one. It was just.
I wouldn't say avoid it, but you know it's okay. If you can watch something better or like or stay home, you can. Like it's not worth seeing.
I feel like right now what you have is you have saltine crackers and you have some fucking like Ritz crackers. And then you have even like what's those other ones? Cheddar ones. Cheez-Its. And you're going, yeah, the regular crackers are good. You're like, well, I want some of those. Are those better? Oh yeah, these are delicious. They're fucking awesome. But these regular crackers, it's like salt on one side, dude.
You can put some peanut butter on that shit?
No, just straight up regular plain, dude. No peanut butter shit. Can I have some of those crackers? No, I want these.
If you're interested in seeing it, go see it.
If you're curious, I would say rent it. Get the $1 box.
Yeah,
I would rent it before buying it, definitely.
Okay. I probably will buy it though.
Liked it enough to buy it.
I liked it enough to buy it. I'll probably watch it a few more times. But
Really?
but it's not like The Princess Bride where I'll watch it over and over. Like the other day, I was watching the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, the original one, not the.
Oh, that was a good
movie. Right there. I watched it 4 times in a row.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
And I watched it the third and fourth time because I was watching Ellie's little brother, and he saw it and he was like, "You want to watch that?" And he's like, he sat and he watched the whole thing. And we had to watch it again. He's won, and I'm like, "You got good taste, kid. All right."
Such a good movie. If it was recommendations, Steven Universe, straight up. I tell people to watch that show and they're like, what?
When I had cable, I did watch a few episodes. It's actually really engaging. On the outside, it looks so dumb.
Yeah, kind of.
And then you actually watch it like, wow, this is actually really deep.
It is super deep.
Like that one and Adventure Time is really deep.
And I've had fucking
stupid episodes,
I've had Steven Universe make me fucking cry like a little girl, man. Already. A few episodes and I'm like, you stupid show. Why you gonna be so good?
I've also been told to go watch Rick and Morty.
Oh, Rick and Morty's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's not so deep as it is just it's straight honest comedy.
Yeah. Right
there. That's what that is. That's just straight honest comedy. I don't have any Rick and Morty. Well, me and Tad are going to NebraskaCon at the end of this month.
Beginning of November.
Yeah.
The weekend of the 6th.
So, we'll be there. If you know what we look like, you can say hi. We'll talk to you.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people watch our show from our area, but I think there's a few.
Maybe, yeah.
But we'll be there.
Hey, if we find you interesting enough, we'll pull you up to the room and have a podcast, a little conversation.
Oh, yeah, we might do that.
I'm trying to say words, and it was coming out like screeches.
No promises. If you're creepy and smelly, we probably won't. But
yeah, but if you have a kick-ass costume, you know,
maybe
really sweet cosplay, you know, be like, hey man.
I was gonna say I got a Steven Universe DVD set. I'm gonna bring. Tad will probably watch that there. For sure.
Right on.
And some other stuff. Oh, movies.
I'll probably be playing Magic most of the time.
Oh, yeah. On the floor.
Oh, yeah. I'll find a bunch of people.
I'm sure.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to dress up like a wizard.
Is it wizard now?
Wizard, yeah.
It's like so many different cosplays.
It's so easy. Like what sold me...
I think you're insulting wizards now.
but no, what sold me is like... I took a picture of myself the other day, and the way my beard looked, I felt like I was like... with my hood up, I had a really like wizardy looking face. It's how like thick it's getting, and by then it's gonna be even thicker and longer.
I just feel like Gandalf's like watching the podcast. He's like, that motherfucker. Fuck you.
I'm at that level.
Wizardly face.
I'm like World of Warcraft wizard. I'm not Lord of the Rings wizard.
And like Dumbledore walks in the room. He's like, what'd that motherfucker say? This motherfucker thinks he looks like a.
Oh, that bitch.
He's going down.
Where's my wand? Where's my wand?
Saying he looks like us.
Then you both die.
You don't talk about our kind. Yeah. You don't roll in our hood, bitch.
Hey, there's many different types of wizards, right? Don't try and stereotype them, homie.
This ugly motherfucker thinks he looks like a... Because he's got a beard.
I'm a good-looking fella. I don't give a damn.
Oh, yeah, you're all right. I'm just saying, like it just sounds like insulting the wizards, maybe. Like, you're just like, I think I look like a wizard.
like I was like, I'm a wizard. And they're all like, oh bitch. I don't even think so. How many cauldrons you got? None? That's right, bitch.
Right. Get out of our house.
I'm going to do that.
I think that's about it for the wrap up, though.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else to add or take away.
No. I have started cutting back on my other job, so I actually start focusing a little more on this, because my goal is by the end of next year, like, this is kind of like almost full time for us.
Yo, that'd be awesome. That's always been the goal.
Yeah, but like I'm making schedules out for me to like stick to it, like for this one, and then for my other channel about magic.
Yeah,
I want to get both of those things going, so I don't have to get up and go work a 9 to 5 to survive. You know.
I think it just comes down to, I think a lot of people might feel that way. You're just like, I'm really wasting my full potential here.
Well, when you spend 50 to 60 hours of your week using all of your energy on something that's literally going to get you nowhere.
Really nowhere. And
for something you don't actually want to do.
You're right.
Like, at some point, you need to take that leap of faith and be like, all right, either this is going to fail hard, or we're going to ride to the moon.
You know, I think even if it's not a complete failure, because you always can walk away with some kind of experience on something.
No, I mean like if you're gonna like sustaining yourself wise, either I'm going to succeed and this is what I'm going to do because I love doing this, and I get accommodated. No, what's the word I'm looking for here?
I don't know. I don't know your brain.
Yeah. Compensate. I get compensated for doing something that I love to do and enjoy doing it because you guys enjoy our content. And letting us do it, as opposed to like I still get to do it and have a great ass time, and you guys just don't seem to really take that much interest into it.
Right.
But I still get to have that fun with it, and at least I can say like, well, fuck it. At least I went out.
Well, yeah, I think you can. Well, I think that goes for anybody though. I think if you try.
No, yeah.
Even if you fail at it, you didn't really fail because, for one, you took that chance, and two, you might have learned how to do it better, or maybe learn something else new about yourself.
Yeah.
And you can add that to. So you're not really failing by taking a risk on something like that. You're gaining experience.
You're putting yourself.
And you're moving your forward.
You're putting yourself in a free fall, and hopefully there's a net.
Yeah, but I'm saying like even if
you learn to fly.
Even if there's not a net, well, now you learned how to glide. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can take away something.
Or at least land on your feet.
Yeah, or land on your feet. So you can take that jump again. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
turns out like
there's no real failing in it. Because I've learned a lot more shit just by doing this than I did prior to this. Like, I learned a lot more camera stuff. I learned more film stuff. I learned more proper terminalization of stuff. Editing. I mean... And that's stuff that I can, like, even if, like, everything fails, I can take it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because I learned it, you know.
And then you can focus the stuff you know you're good at, and you can kind of, like, strengthen or hide the things you're not great at.
Yeah. But take the risk, you know. That's what I say to everybody. Like, everybody's like, oh, never went to college.
No, you don't need to go to college.
You don't need to go to college for jack shit. I hate that establishment.
Yeah. I've had a few people who tell me, like, you should just go back to college. Like,
why waste money and time?
Yeah, well, like, they're saying, like, well, this is what you want to do. Why don't you go in for, like, broadcasting? Because, like, I don't want to work for somebody.
Yeah.
I don't want my life to revolve around what they want me to do. Their
schedule, yeah.
I want to be able to, like, do me and support me.
That's what someone said about, what the fuck? Making commercials. I forget the proper terminology for that. Go to school for that. Commercial arts or something like that. And then I looked into it, and it was like they want a product, and they want it to look a certain way. Like, where's the artistic influence there? They pretty much are designing their own shit, and I'm just making it look better. Like, that's not really challenging for what I want to do. Like, I'm not even a designer at that point. It's just like, I would put this word here, and I would put this picture over here.
You're basically editing it a little bit.
A little bit. Like, you could come in there with an original pitch on something, and they're like, I like that part of it. Everything else goes. So the fucking week you spent working on it, it's just gone. But your TM on the word looks really cool, and they like it. So they'll keep that, and you have to go back and redo it. And then you're like, what the fuck do you want? And you're like, well, I'm paying you to figure it out. Apparently not, because I came with you. And it's just, I didn't feel any like fulfillment in that. Like I was totally not interested in it. I was like, I don't even have any creative control, like, at all. Graphic artist, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Graphic art. That's what someone said to go to college for, and I was like, I don't like it. They're like, you'll make a lot of money. Yeah.
But it's not what I want to do.
It's not what I want to do. I could do it. I don't want to do it. Like, I don't feel like, bleh. Like.
And you can make a lot of money if you get a job.
Oh, that too. And
because, like, you only really need, like, a few of them, and there's so many of them out now.
That
like,
too.
You're going to get that degree, and you're going to be working at Starbucks.
Well, and a lot of people just like that yes man on top of that.
Yeah.
Where you're trying to be an artist.
You don't want someone to contradict what you want.
Yeah.
Like, well, why don't we do this? Well, I don't like that. Well, I think your idea is stupid.
You will be working at Starbucks. You go through all that money and all, get that debt. And I feel like that's like the thing right now. It's like everybody's like, well, you got to go to college.
No, you don't.
No, stop going to college, people. You don't even know what the fuck you want to do. You're wasting time and money.
No. I mean, like, you can go and take classes. Like, there's like public speaking classes can help.
Yeah, but I mean, like, businesses are looking for degrees. Obviously, that's what the whole point is.
Yeah.
But a lot of kids out of high school don't know what the fuck they want to do. And they go to college just because their parents pressure them to go. But they're in a place they don't even know what the fuck they want to do. So they're just taking a bunch of endless classes and trying to, like, figure out this life-altering end choice.
I have a friend of mine who is currently in school to become an accountant. And she's been in school since she was 18, and she is now 24, 25. And it was last year she figured out she was going to be an accountant.
Yeah.
She went through, like, 3 different other majors. And it had, like, the first 2 years was just all her, like, basic studies.
Right.
That can go towards everything else. And then it was, well, I need to focus on these classes. And then she realized, I don't actually want to do this. And then she had to take a whole new set of classes. So now she has all these skills from another one that she's never going to use.
Yeah.
And then she has transferred to another one to become the accountant and has all these other skills from this other thing that she wasted all that money on that she's also never going to use.
See, like, all I heard you say in that whole conversation was, she went to go get a bill in this, and now she has a bill she will never be able to pay off, but then she decided to go get this bill.
Yeah. Basically.
And then this bill is going to blah, 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 but then now she's going to do this bill, and then this bill might get paid off, but then she's got the other 5 bills. Like, god damn, people. Ugh. This podcast is over.
Yeah, it's degrading into.
It's done. This is turning into angry rants.
So we're gonna call it a day.
Yeah. Have a good day. We'll be back.
We will be
sooner
rather than later.
Yeah.
And I'll be able.
I feel like we make that promise and never deliver on it.
We do say it awful lot.
We'll call you back, baby. I promise.
Yeah. It's been 6 months. Where you been? Antarctica.
Yay!
I went to hang out with the penguins. I don't know.
Later, baby.
I gotta go.
Alright. Well, we're gonna do one before the con? Or after the con?
Yeah, we can do one before. We can do one at the con, too.
Yeah, well, I figured we were gonna do one at the con.
We'll
talk to you sometime in between there. Alright.
Bye-bye.
Later.